Today we are making little tissue box covers. We have two different kinds, one with a cutie little ruffle and the other one no ruffle, but it is reversible. This one is not reversible, this one is reversible. So if you want to see how I made both of these, I show you a few different methods in each one, and a few of the methods are the same. But if you want to see how to make this little useful, beautiful home decor item, just keep on watching. We're going to be starting off with the rectangle box. And the way I made my pattern is basically I just traced every angle besides the top. This is the fabric I'm using, but once you trace every angle, add about 1/4 inch everywhere. So if your flap is 4.5 inches by 3.5 inches, add 1/4 inch on each little side, and that adds about 1/2 inch on the sides, so it would be like 5 inches, and then 3.25 if it's the long ways. So just add a little bit of room so it slides over easy. But I traced my pattern that I made, and then I cut it out, and I cut out this green fabric, and this is for the reversible one, so I cut out that blue and white fabric. And the same thing, I just used the same little template that I made. And for that little slit, I just cut it at first, but we'll be cutting it a little bit more later. So I'm just doing the same thing as I did previously here. So where we made that little slit, we're gonna cut a little bit more. You saw that I have a rectangle. I'm just cutting one of the rectangle sides, so it's like 1/4 inch little rectangle that I'm cutting. And also I'm gonna draw on here little diagonal lines pointing out. You'll see me like they're pointing out like that, and you cut those little diagonal lines to about 1/4 inch diagonally on each of the 4 corners, and you do this on both pieces of fabric. Then you'll fold those flaps inside and iron them down and pin them in. As you can see, they're both ironed down nicely and neatly. And then you will do a top stitch all around on whichever side. It'll look good on either side, but just do a top stitch around the opening. Then the next step is ironing down all the edges, and you'll iron this about 1/4 inch in. It's basically where you made those lines to give yourself seam allowance. You will fold that in to itself and iron it, and you'll do that on both sides, both sides of the fabrics, on both of the fabrics, I mean. After you've ironed down all the edges, you're going to sew the corners together, and you're just going to fold each corner like that where you have that little square cut out. You fold the corners and sew it, fold it and sew it, fold it and sew it, and you'll do that for both pieces of fabrics. So you should have 8 corners sewn in total, and this will give you that boxed shape. Now that all your corners are sewn together, it's time for the next step. And what you're gonna do is just fold over one of the pieces of fabric. Doesn't matter which one, but you just put them together. You just fold it, like turn it right side out, and they're both gonna be pretty sides, and the not pretty side is on the inside. And you'll match your corners to corner, so match up your little corners and clip them. And then also all the edges, you'll clip it. I'm just gonna be like clipping all around, making sure that those edges that I ironed down are pushed inside and straight. And then you're just gonna do a top stitch all around. After you do that top stitch to close the fabrics together, if you have any threads hanging out, cut them off, and you're done and ready to put it on top of your tissue box. And as I mentioned, this one is reversible. You can have it, I made the green side and then also the blue and white. So whatever pop of color you're feeling like, just make two different sides. You can even make it like seasonal, one like, you know, Christmas, one Thanksgiving type of thing. But yeah, that rectangle one without the ruffle that is reversible is complete. Now for the more cube square box, I'm gonna use the same outer fabric, that green and beige. I really like it. I do the same thing. I traced it, I cut it out. But on this one, I'm cutting it an inch shorter than the box is. So the sides are 5 inches long. I'm making them 4 1/4 because we're gonna put a ruffle on this one. And I pick a lining, whatever lining you want. This is not gonna be visible. This one is not gonna be double-sided. And I get my two pieces, the lining and the outer fabric, and I lay them on top of each other, pretty side to pretty side. So where you see my pen marks, that is not the pretty side, but you will sew around that rectangle that we drew out for the little slit. I pinned the two fabrics together and I sewed the rectangle. So that is your next step. Once you have sewn around that rectangle, take out your pins, and what you're gonna do is cut a slit all the way, almost all the way to the end, and then cut little diagonal lines towards the corners, and I made 2 little diagonal lines, so like on each corner, and then a little bit further so the fabric lays nicer. And then you will push one of the fabrics out of the hole and turn it right side out basically. And then that hole, the opening, you will iron it down so it's nice and flat, especially on the part that's going to be on the outside, which for me it's the green and beige fabric. I make sure that it is all ironed out neatly, and then I do a top stitch around the opening. And as you can see, this was a little bit of a different way to make the opening. This one is more foolproof, I would say. It's easier than like cutting it first and then sewing it down. And both methods work for both of, you know, the double-sided, the reversible one or the non-reversible one. So choose whichever one's easier for you. And after you've sewn that top stitch on the opening, you'll proceed to do the same thing as we did in the other cover, is sewing the little edges together. The square, wherever you have that little square cut out, you're making your square edges, and you should have 8 of the corners sewn together, and then you turn it right side out. And I did put it on the tissue box just to make sure that it fits properly, which it did. It could be a little smidge bit bigger, but that is why I mentioned that you should add 1/4 of an inch all around. I did not add 1/4 of an inch all around, so it fits snugly, but it's fine. And then for the ruffle, I cut a 2.5 inch strap. You can do 2.5 inch to 3 inch by about 38 inch long, and you will fold it in half and sew it to do your little ruffle. As I mentioned before, my sewing machine, the tension is weird on it, so I am never able to do the ruffle with pulling the thread. Got to get that figured out. So I always do like clip on my ruffle by hand after I sew together the strap and the piece of fabric in half. But if you're able to do that, that's going to make it a little bit easier, but you'll still have to clip it to the box like that and make sure that it's all in place. But I'm just clipping it to the pretty side of the outer fabric all around. Once all of that was clipped, I just went and sewed all around to attach it. After you've attached your ruffle to one side, then you will basically the same thing we did on the other box, fold in your edges on the liner. And this is going to be about 1/4 of an inch that you're folding them in and ironing them down all around the square. And then what you're going to do is just line it up with where your ruffle meets the edge to cover up that ruffle edge. You will pin it to the corners and then just sew a straight stitch all around to attach it and close everything up. Once you're done sewing all that together, just turn it right side out and cut off any thread that may be hanging around, and you're ready to use it. And I do hope that this video was helpful for you and fun, and I do think it's a nice little touch that you can add in your house with a pop of color and just covering up something practical and making it cute. And I do hope that this video was beneficial for you and you enjoyed it and you'll try to make this. If you did enjoy it, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and all that good stuff that helps me out. And I really do hope to see you again here for our next tutorial. Bye bye!